Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Zambia Freelancers, and today we are hosting Brian Manda. Brian Manda is a digital and communications analyst, and I'll let him give us an intro of who he is and what he does. Brian, go ahead.
Okay. So to start with the intro, very short. My name is Brian, as already stated, and I'm a digital marketing and communications analyst. That is what I do. I also am a jack of many trades. Aside what I do, I have a lot of stuff that I do in the digital space. And just speaking from this intro, I've been in this industry for quite a while. So it's been amazing from where I started from to where I currently am. So that is basically what I do on a day-to-day basis.
Amazing. So, can you take us back how you started the journey, into digital marketing or into the digital world? I think some people would be interested to know exactly how you started this journey.
Okay. So I didn't always think I would be in the digital space, but I always wanted to be in sort of like a creative space, even from my early days in school. So what happened was I finished high school, and when I finished high school and went to uni, I didn't really know what to do in uni. So when I was at the University of Zambia, I told myself, okay, let me just do a business course, because by then I didn't have much knowledge, but I knew to say, okay, when I do a business course, I can basically land anywhere. So I ended up studying public administration with development studies at the University of Zambia. And as I was there, I worked multiple jobs while I was in school. But I would say, and also at the time, I was also just sort of like creating content for my social media pages. So for me, I would say my early career started in writing, because before I even went to university, I used to write anonymously for different publications, and this is creative writing. And after that, so after that, what happened was there was an ambassadorship program that Pizza Hut was doing, and I made the cut to be one of their brand ambassadors. So I think I look at that opportunity today and I feel like it was a foot in the door, because I got to learn so much in terms of creative marketing and also working with a proper marketing team, and also having peers who were equally doing what I was doing. So I graduated, and my first few jobs were not entirely in marketing, but they were mostly in like administrative roles, hence why I couldn't last in such a space, because I knew where I wanted to take my career. And also it became limiting when I finished uni, because I was creating a lot of content on my social media pages. And because of that, I ended up doing a lot of like influencer management deals. And so for me to leave the creative stuff that I was doing, content creation and all these influencing for different brands, to then going into a 9-to-5 that I didn't feel like I belonged, was pretty much a challenge. So now it was a bit, I would say it felt a bit like I was stuck. And so I decided to just quit and then see, maybe let me just pursue this influencing and writing, because I was still writing for different publications. So that went quite fair and quite okay, because I got to work with some of Zambia's like biggest brands, from Nando's to brands like Jameson, and it was really a fun experience. So what happened was, obviously, COVID happened.
Yeah.
So when
Exactly.
COVID happened, I think most of us had to learn to sort of still do what we do, but do it in a different way. So fast forward to that, I ended up working for a digital marketing and social media agency, which people should look out for. I worked at Yellow Ray Digital, amazing stuff there.
Yeah, heard about it.
And
Heard
I feel
about
like,
it.
yeah, I will always love and cherish Yellow Ray Digital. But it was really dope working there because I got to learn so much from working there, and I think it's one of those pivotal moments in my career because I got to do so many stuff in the space that I felt I wanted to take my career at the time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe to just speak more on that, I did a lot of digital marketing in the essence of the word. So everything to do with digital marketing, I pretty much did there. Influencer management, social media management. Digital marketers know this, so a lot of also writing newsletters. I did a lot of stuff there, which was really just cool because also I got to learn how to pretty much deal with clients on a day-to-day basis, which a lot of digital marketers and comms analysts will agree with me that sometimes in uni we don't get to learn these things, but then
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
graduate and then but then we graduate and then we go in the real world, and it's like you begin to relearn, or maybe not even relearn, or rather just learn because it's pretty much new. But it was really one of those pivotal moments in my career. But also, while I was there, I realized I just didn't want to do digital marketing because sometimes, sometimes jobs can feel repetitive, and like many professionals, when stuff start to feel repetitive, you also start to feel like you're not growing.
Exactly. I get you on that one.
Yeah.
I really get you on that one.
Yeah. So what I did, I was like, okay, I also started to take a very big interest in comms. So I did a lot of short courses in what exactly a communications analyst must really possess and what type of skills they should have. And I pursued a lot of jobs as well in that industry. And yeah, so to pretty much just sum up a lot of stuff that I have done,
Yeah.
and a lot of agencies that I have worked for, because it's not only been Hillary Digital, and also freelancing, because while having a full-time job, I always freelanced, and it was a lot on my plate, but you picked what's on your plate, so you just gotta chew.
Yeah.
So yeah, so after like, did I say 3 years or 4 years, like I started to then feel like, okay, I need to pursue something different. And
Okay.
yeah, so I left, and yes.
Okay, so the follow-up question with you having talked about your experiences at Yellow and other agencies. Could you kindly tell us how, looking at your experience, what's been the most defining moment of your career so far?
I feel like I've had many defining moments, So it's really hard to pinpoint like the biggest one, because it's always like you have a defining moment, then it pushes you to something greater, then you have a defining moment, then you keep elevating. But I feel like one of the biggest defining moments for me was fully learning exactly what I wanted to get out of being a digital strategist.
Yeah.
Because for me, that meant that I could then soon actually run my own agency and get stuff running.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a pivotal moment when I realized, okay, because most times it's from how do you acquire clients, how do you maintain clients, and all that stuff. So for me, that was a defining moment. But also, I think a defining moment as well was, I think, just realizing how vast of an industry this is, and how I feel like, especially in Zambia, where we saw a rise of this industry, especially predominantly during COVID, and
Yeah.
how it's grown now. That also means that as professionals, we have also evolved, and personally, I have evolved before and post COVID. It's on its own. It's been a pivotal moment, because I feel like the industry has opened up more, and there's so much that myself and other digital analysts in this industry are doing. Yeah, so I would answer the question like that, and yeah, so it's really been about growth, but also just seeing how the industry has become now, which is way different than it was before COVID.
Amazing. So, if I recall properly, you also mentioned that you've had to do part of like freelance works from time and again. Could you walk us through
Yes.
how you handled or acquired your freelance roles, and how someone in the freelance world can can help can acquire clients as well. You know?
Okay. I think for me, what worked is personal branding. Very few times did I have to write a proposal to a client. Most of the times, the clients came to me. But I feel like the reasons why the clients came to me is because not only of my work experience, but also of my own personal branding. Because yes, we use social media for so many things, but you'd agree with me, like most of the stuff that most of we sit on a lot of opportunities on social media,
Oh yes.
LinkedIn being one of those platforms. So I remember there was a time when I sat down with a friend of mine, and I was asking them, like, how do you get clients? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they didn't really tell me much, but they were like, oh, have you tried LinkedIn? I'm like, yeah, I'm on LinkedIn, but like, are you really visible on LinkedIn? You should do an audit of your LinkedIn and clean it up and professionally brand yourself, and also just follow the right people and be in the right group. So when I did that, and also post your work, because sometimes I feel like we don't like to share our work on not only LinkedIn, it could be other platforms, but in the professional space, LinkedIn. But so many people get to see what you do. And from that, you'd be surprised how many people are interested in your services. So for me, how I get clients is in two ways. Is either I send them a proposal of of what I'm trying to solve and what my services will help them and what they're getting, or they've seen my work somewhere, so they are referrals, or they follow me on LinkedIn, and probably view my profile and it aligns with what they want, and they're like, oh, can you do this type of work for me? And that's how I've been able to get the clients.
Amazing. Now I'm about to ask something that's the elephant in the digital space right now, yeah? And you agree with me that this is really an elephant in the room, in the space. You know what I mean? Let's talk about AI. 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 Are we gonna survive as creatives in the space? You know? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about AI. What are your views on AI? What do you think creatives should do around the AIs? You know, the AI coming in the space. And
I feel like
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I feel like AI has been a blessing, but also it's been a blessing because I feel like most people in the digital space will agree with me. Like sometimes you ask yourself, like, how was life before AI? You know. But I feel like, like how are we surviving without AI? Because it's become a solution provider. It makes our work quicker. But also, you're right when you say, is it a threat? Is it going to kick us out of business? But I feel like to answer that, I don't think AI will keep us out of business. I was reading somewhere, I can't really remember, but it said AI won't replace your job, but the people who know how to use AI will actually steal your job.
And that's the real thing on the ground. That's actually the real thing on the ground.
It is honestly, because I feel like it's come to the idea of the people that know how to actually use AI are the people that will thrive. Because now it's so easy to because we use AI, it's so easy to know that this is just AI work. You know? It's so easy. Like sometimes I'll be on LinkedIn and I can literally just go like, this is purely AI copy and paste. So I feel like so now I just feel like it's how are you creatively using AI? Is it really, because now we can even tell if text is just copy and paste from, like it's AI generated and you didn't even do any editing.
Yes, like there was no human touch to it. It was just like copy and paste.
So like copy and paste. So I just feel like the people that don't know how to use AI are the ones that will be scooped out of the industry. But the people that know how to use AI will steal your jobs.
Okay, so what?
Yeah, but also, as marketers, I feel like AI is really our best friend because it's done so much for us. Or let me not even say it's done. It's doing so much for us. We are at a point where, because of AI, I feel like even our creative thinking has widened. Like our scope of understanding has become so limitless, So I just feel like AI is a tool that people in this space need to fully know how to use to leverage opportunities.
Yeah. So just a few months back, I had a client that they wanted some copy on something. So this is what happened. I did the copy, and then the first thing they said, was, "This is AI." So but
was it?
It was.
Was it copy and paste AI?
No, it wasn't copy and paste AI, but I feel like they were trying to get into my mind because this is how I responded. I responded to say, AI works with prompts, all right? So if you have the right prompts, you get the right outcomes of what you really want out of that piece of content. Because currently, like you said, I'll recall back, you said almost everything that we see on the digital space right now is almost AI, but it's about the people who know how to actually use it, so that it doesn't sound too robotic, you know what I mean? Or too, yeah. So to take you back,
Yeah, exactly.
how should people actually use AI? Can you give a bit of nuggets on how people can actually use it so it doesn't sound like it's, too robotic, or, yeah, just a few key nuggets. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like to answer that, when you rely so much on something,
yeah,
it's never, if that thing was taken away from you, how would you thrive? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to answer the question, AI, I think we need to realize that we cannot fully rely on AI for everything.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But we also need to know how to use AI.
Exactly.
Like, it's just not about, oh, okay, this is it. So I feel like one of the points is you need to personalize your content and the recommendations that you want to get out of it. Because now we all know when something is fully AI personalized.
Yes.
You know what
It's
I mean?
easy to tell.
And also we have so many other tools. It's so easy to tell. And now we have so many AI tools that people can further get information from. Like almost all, we're now seeing how even social media apps have an AI tool.
Oh yes.
So you can have features. Yeah, you can have platforms like HubSpot, even MailChimp. Now you have an AI feature. So I feel like the more you widen your scope of understanding, the more you realize not everything has to be a ChatGPT or whatever. And also I feel like you can actually, and also I feel like these chat box in social media apps are so good with also getting information. You can literally ask and they will give you good prompts. So I feel like because we have so many AI third-party features, so you can rely on so many AI tools and then further personalize it to your understanding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you.
So I just feel like if you're somebody who just speak exactly what AI says without personalizing, then you're going to really find it hard to thrive in the industry. Because at the end of the day, I feel like we are so many digital marketers, but we are all known for something unique.
Yes.
For example, if somebody mentions, okay, what is Duncan good at? Yes, we know he does this. He's great in his field. But I feel like every digital marketer has something that makes them stand apart from everybody else.
Agreed.
So I feel like when you know what that is, you need to also let it shine in your work.
Yeah. Amazing. So what would you tell a freelancer who feels stuck in their work right now? They feel they're not getting enough clients, they're not getting good paying clients. What would be your advice to them on how to navigate around that?
Yeah, because this industry can also be very depressing, especially the fact that, because sometimes you can really have the wrong clients, the ones that just give you stress, the ones that want you to do so many things, but is not reflective in their pay. You know what I mean?
We have had all those. We've had those.
Yeah, it's so difficult. But I feel like you need. Okay, first things first. Yes, we all want to make money. Like, it's the key. It's one of our, I can even say, our KPIs. We want to make money. But also I feel like the type of client, you should know rather the type of client that you want to attract. and you shouldn't be afraid to say no. I'll give you an example. Like I personally, I have an understanding, or I even have a document on the type of clients I want. So if they tick all the boxes, then I can work with them. There are certain clients that just don't align with what I believe my work ethics are. So I also would just encourage freelancers, like, in as much as it's nice to say yes, because you want the numbers and the clients, and more clients mean more work. More work means more money, right? But also you need to know the quality and the type of clients that you want to attract. Because at the end of the day, quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity.
So, yeah, quality over quantity. If you can have 2 quality clients, they pay you well, they are better than 10 clients. And yeah. So I feel like for me, if there are any freelancers struggling to maybe gain clients, or they don't feel like they're in their right space, maybe it's time to go back to the drawing board, look within yourself. Okay, in the time that I'm not getting clients, what else can I do? Because I feel like as digital analysts or marketers or people in this field, we can really do so much. Like, sometimes it's just not about money. You can start a podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can start a newsletter.
A newsletter?
You know?
Yes.
If you don't want to start a newsletter, you can start a YouTube channel.
Oh, yes.
Like, we have so many lists of stuff that we can do, even if you're not... You'd be surprised, because of you also having something unique that you share. That on itself will get you the proper clients that you want, you know? I just feel like we have so many things and tools to our feet. If you are somebody who doesn't like speaking, you can start a blog.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? You can start a blog, and it's up to you. Like, do you want it monthly, bi-monthly? Because also no pressure to be over consistent if that's not what you want.
Yeah.
You can tell people, I post a blog every 3 months, you know? So to say you have a whole 3 months to work on one blog. So I just feel like these things make people know, or rather these things that we do actually are creative skills that tell clients that you're capable of things and you know your stuff. You know?
Yeah.
So I would also urge people in the digital space, you should have something that just shines. It's so nice sometimes when you're scrolling through, you discover somebody in the digital space, and maybe they run a podcast, maybe they talk about, and maybe in their podcast they just talk about digital trends and all that stuff. Because also there are so many things that you can explore in the digital world that are still untapped, untouched. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So sometimes you'd be surprised how you letting a skill shine can be a point of you getting more clients. And also, it may not be clients, because some people don't want to freelance, but it can also potentially land that big employer that maybe you want to work for.
Amazing. So
I just feel like don't let your skills just die down. Maybe you could be super, super talented in photography. Why not show us your work, you know?
Yeah.
There's so many things that this industry has, and that digital people have to offer. And also collaborate, because I feel like many a times we don't collaborate.
Yes, that one is a big thing in Zambia.
I could be the best, or maybe one of the best writers, right? And maybe let's say I'm doing a case study on, maybe just on the top of my head, digital trends in 2025 that digital marketers should look out for, specifically in Zambia. You know what I mean?
That's
And
actually a
maybe
good thing to to look into.
It is. But let's say maybe I don't want to talk about it, but I want to write about it. And then I'm like, but I don't want to just go on the internet and get free pictures. Why can't I collaborate with a photographer and we could actually shoot some pictures and all that stuff that I could use for my blog or my newsletter?
Exactly.
And maybe you don't know, the next thing you sit with them and they're like, oh, why don't we maybe also, while we post it on LinkedIn, maybe we can get Daily Mail to post it or something. So I just feel like there's so much power in collaboration. It doesn't have to be big projects. It could really just be small projects. It could even just be like, I'm feeling stuck. Duncan, maybe can we meet for a coffee and just talk? It doesn't have to be anything that, maybe you sit down with somebody in your industry and you talk, and you'd be amazed. By the time you leave, you feel like, okay, now I know what I have to do.
Okay, now while you're talking about collaboration, I feel as Zambian creatives, it's something that doesn't happen often. A lot of people have tapped into the collaboration aspect, and I feel if we could, like you mentioned, the few nuggets that you mentioned, that could be like a very good portfolio, online portfolio of the works. So right now you have given really good snippets and ideas on how freelancers can really showcase their works out there by collaborating. So I don't know if you have any other things to talk about in regards to collaboration, because I feel in Zambia currently we are not tapping into the collaboration aspect as creatives. Only a few creatives have understood the power of collaboration, and it's something that most people are lacking, and they feel it's a one-man show. You know what I mean? I just want to get the lights for myself. I want a stage for myself, you know? So I don't know what you can talk about that a little bit more.
I just feel like to begin with, when you collaborate, it's honestly 50-50. If you benefit, I benefit.
Oh yes.
In fact, it should be you're bringing in 100%. I'm also bringing in 100%. You're walking away with the same 100%. I'm also walking away with the same 100%. So if a collaboration is 80%, 20, you're getting 20%, the other person is getting 80%, then no, there's a problem there. I just feel, and there should be synergy and energy should flow. Like there are certain things that, and it's okay if, for example, a creative comes to me and say they want to do this with me. If I personally don't feel aligned to what they're suggesting, it's okay to go like, you know what, this is a good idea, but I feel like I'm not the right person to collaborate with on this project. So what if we recommend somebody? Recommend somebody. Don't be afraid to put people on. Or you could go, this is great. What if I also added elements of this and that? And if you have common ground, you do it the way you need to do it. I just feel like when there's no motive of you win and I'm winning and we are both doing something that will help the next person, then it's not a collaboration. So I just feel like people need to understand that partnering with other creatives or professionals really just enhances everything and pushes the industry forward. So it's not a thing of envy, greed, jealousy. Oh, this person gets more likes than me, and I'm hoping if I use their platforms, I will also, you know what I mean? Like some people will just say, this person has like has like 25,000 followers. So if I collaborate with them,
I'll tap into
like,
the audience.
like, yeah, but is that all that you're thinking about? Like, what are you trying to put out there? Is it just the sake of, I'm with somebody who has 30,000 followers and all that? So there's more to this than the likes, the numbers and all that. It should make sense. It should be something that gives something to the consumers and lasts, and also just lasts, like people are able to look back and go like, this is still relevant.
Amazing. So I have one more section before we round it up. This is something to get into your head. So if you could work with any brand or digital giant right now, on top of your mind, who would it be and why?
Brand. Okay, I don't specifically have a name, but I think I want to work with more lifestyle brands.
Yeah.
But also, okay, that is me trying to feed an aspect of myself. Lifestyle brands, because I feel like they expose you to so many things, many opportunities, fellow creatives and all that stuff. But now, because I currently work for an agriculture company, I've also taken keen interest in agriculture and working for big global agriculture companies. So I want to collab. I would also like to do something with the company that I work for.
Amazing.
And just also, because I know I could do so much in this field. So I'm also trying to look for opportunities within the company that I work for and connect with fellow digital creatives, because it's a multinational company. So we are different, and we're a lot of people in this field. So it could be comms professionals, digital creatives, and just see what we can do. So I'd also like to collaborate with that, but also trying to also keep moving and build my own stuff, because potentially is to also have my own agency and see how that works out.
Well, we are hopeful and wishing you all the best with the agencies that you want to put up.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So lastly, before we close, so how can people connect with you if ever somebody would be interested to connect with you and they listen? How would they connect with you?
People can follow me on various social media platforms. Pretty simple. It's Brian Manda. So you can send me a request. You can follow me on almost all the social media platforms. I'm very active on LinkedIn these days. You can connect with me there, and once you discover my profile, there is there's a link there, so it will take you to my email, my phone numbers, and everything else.
Amazing. Brian, it's been a pleasure hosting you, and I hope this is not the last time. The future
definitely.
is always better. Yeah, the future is always better, and we have better plans for the future, probably having more video and the likes. But
okay, thank you for having me on the podcast as well. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, so have a more successful, fruitful career ahead. Yeah, because we know the creative space is like a space where you just need all the all the juices that you need to get to keep going.
Exactly, and the year just begun, so there's so much for everyone to win.
Yes,
there's enough there's enough piece of cake for everyone to get. We are all in this together, and let's just all win, collaborate, inquire from each other, and keep doing what we're doing.
Great. So we've come to the end, and we'll catch up on the next episode. Thank you for joining in.
Okay. Thank you.